Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to another episode of Wizard Watch. Now before we get into the juicy stuff, as always, it'd be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video and even better, subscribe if you're new, and more importantly, get down in the comments section, what did you think of tonight's Raw? Now in no particular order, we're going to go through the top 5 moments from tonight's show. Now we got to start off by talking about top moment number 1, and this has to be the Cody Rhodes Paul Heyman promo. This was perfectly executed. This was TV gold. I got a little bit emotional watching it, to be honest with you, and I love the fact that WWE are making it obvious how important Dusty Rhodes, of course Cody Rhodes' dad, was to the main roster that you see today. Like, he literally brought up the likes of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Becky Lynch through the NXT developmental system, and essentially was a huge factor in the becoming the stars they are today. I like the fact also that if you're not familiar with Cody Rhodes prior to AEW and his return to WWE, it sort of introduces you to him. And I like that. And I like the fact that this promo also served the purpose of getting the WrestleMania match between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, like, heating it up, getting us excited for it. I can't wait for it. And this, of course, is all assuming that Sami Zayn doesn't beat Roman Reigns at the Elimination Chamber, because we can't rule that out either. But Paul Heyman just played this perfectly, his part in this promo as well, saying things like, essentially, Dusty Rhodes wishes that Roman Reigns had been his son and not Cody Rhodes. Does Cody Rhodes need any more fuel for the WrestleMania match? I don't think so. And you could see Paul Heyman legitimately overwhelmed with emotion, with the gratitude really that Cody Rhodes shown to Paul Heyman. Legitimately, like, that was definitely away from kayfabe as well. So what a segment. I didn't think you could really top anything on the show, really, to be honest, other than that segment. Now, coming in at moment number 2, I did like the Edge Judgement Day interaction, to be honest with you. Edge is one of my favourite superstars of all time. He still gets insane pops. Like, I throw back all the way to Clash at the Castle when I saw him in the flesh back in September of last year, and the pop was deafening, and it still continues to this day. Of course, Edge and Beth Phoenix have challenged the Judgement Day, specifically Finn and Rhea Ripley, to a match at the Elimination Chamber, which Dom confirmed, and that is going to happen. The thing I like most about this segment, to be honest with you, Beth Phoenix manhandling Dom. That was like a breath of fresh air to watch that happen. Coming in at moment number 3, we've got to talk about the return of Lita. Now, just as you thought the steel cage match between Bayley and Becky was going to be juicy enough, we saw the return of Lita, who came and slammed the door in the face of Bayley, cost Bayley the matchup, Becky Lynch getting the pin and becoming victorious. Do you get a feeling we might potentially see Lita versus Bayley potentially in a matchup very, very soon? I wouldn't mind it in Mania, to be honest with you. And you've got to think that was on Bayley's bucket list, to face one of her former idols in the women's division. So you got to think that matchup is just around the corner. I hope so. We'll have to wait and see. Coming in at moment number 4, I know this doesn't sound like a massively standout moment, but of course Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander faced at the Alpha Academy, and it was more the way that they booked this. They heated up those two. So clearly we're going to get a reformation of the Hurt Business at some point. So I just like the fact that they made those two look really strong, and it's going to be a positive sign for things moving forward. Now, talk about heating superstars up, and coming in at top moment number 5, I love the presentation of Asuka. Absolutely love it. And I know she only faced Chelsea Green, and let's face it, squashed her in a matter of minutes. Well, seconds really. But it's more the fact that I think big things are coming for Asuka in the Elimination Chamber, and I honestly believe that she's odds-on favourite to win, be victorious, and I'm just loving this Kana vibes presentation. Equally, I'm loving the presentation of Montez Ford as well, getting the win over Elias as well. Got a sneaky feeling about him in his US title match that he's now qualified for at the Elimination Chamber. Could he be the one to get the W? potentially. Is it his time to push on into the singles scene? We'll have to wait and see. Other noteworthy mentions, the fact that Alexa Bliss wasn't on the show. I know a lot of Alexa fans were disappointed, but look, don't panic. It's been 2 weeks. It's not been 2 months. She's not going to get the same treatment she got last year when Vince was in charge. There is a big storyline coming her way involving, of course, Bray Wyatt, Uncle Howdy, and all those shenanigans. Of course, we saw Angelo Dawkins versus Damien Priest. Priest the victor in that, which kind of makes sense, being part of the Judgement Day. I haven't got any problems with that. And the demise, if you like, of Baron Corbin, losing to Dexter Lumis and basically JBL disowning him, saying he doesn't want anything to do with him, essentially, because people switch to another channel as soon as Baron Corbin's on it, and he just loses essentially every week. So interesting to see what happens with Baron Corbin. I'd love to see him return to the Lone Wolf gimmick. And after all, he was the last person to pin Roman flipping Reigns back in 2019 at TLC. So do something with Baron Corbin, please. Of course, Carmella as well. The fact that she's qualified for the Elimination Chamber match as well, so we can't rule her off. New cheeky theme as well along the way. Overall, it was an alright show. It wasn't groundbreaking, but nevertheless, it was a decent show. I'm going to give it a C-. It didn't take my breath away, but the Cody Rhodes Paul Heyman segment was worth it just on its own, to be honest with you. Thanks for watching the video. As always, be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new. And we'll catch you in the next one.